Hey, what's up, guys? Nick Lydorf here. Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 87 of Off the Clock. Just so if you're catching up, this is your first time to the channel, I'm a stand-up comedian and I'm a lawyer, and I've set out to do this ridiculously ambitious goal of doing 365 live videos for the year 2021. And lately I've been really on this sovereign citizen kick. And I found this video on Van Ballion's channel. Make sure you check out his channel. He's got a lot of good sovereign citizen videos. If you don't know what sovereign citizens are, check out some of his videos. They're basically people that think that the laws don't apply to them, which fascinates me because I do this for a living every day, and my life is surrounded by laws, and it's like Neo from the Matrix, just thinking that you can unplug from all these laws and that you can do whatever you want. It's fascinating. So I found this one, and it's about 10 minutes long. I've watched a couple first minute or so of it, so that's about all I've watched, and I just want to react to it. And I find these people highly entertaining. And this guy so he filmed it vertically, not horizontally, which sucks, so I can't control that. But here's his video, and away we go.
Fucking asshole.
They ain't giving me shit.
One too, but I'm gonna give you one for them not having their time.
What's your name?
Sergeant Rita Lovato.
And what's your ID number? What's your ID number? What's your ID number?
To that, the driver.
What is your ID?
Dude, he said it 3 times. Like, shut up. Good Lord. Chill out, man. Wow. Like, I've seen a lot of these sovereign citizen interactions and stuff, and everyone just needs to just be real zen and take a deep breath, okay? Just shouting questions and not waiting for the answers is not a good way to interact with the police, no matter if you're a sovereign citizen or a regular citizen. So, yeah, sorry I had to interrupt, but Jesus, right out of the gate, this guy is shot out of a cannon. So, all right, let's go.
Your ID number?
Car was driving down.
Okay, but he didn't injure anyone. There's no damaged property. You're talking ifs. There's no damaged property, and he was hunking along the way to make sure safety was along the way. He did his best to ensure safety. So if you see that it's so if you see that it's been safety and that nothing happened, your discretion, you should be able to be cool. But you want to be whatever you're going to be right now, that's cool. However you want to act or however you want to handle the situation. The fact of the matter is there's no damaged property or injured party. So there's no corpus delicti. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't hurt nobody. But if you say he's wrong because he went down that road, even though there's no signs saying that he can't go down that road, then these are all the things that we can challenge in court because there's no signs there, brother. So that's all I got to say on that. And if you think you're going to give me a ticket for no ticket, I'm not the operator of this automobile. I don't even call them vehicles, but I'm not the operator.
Not the operator.
And can I have your badge number, please?
Interesting.
I just told
Steve
you
Moore is already on notice with me. I already deal with Steve Moore. I'm cool with your office, man.
Let me know when you're ready.
Exactly, man. Wow.
You said it already, so if you said it already, I got it on here. It's okay.
Then let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
Are you gonna say it again? Go ahead.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Well, your window's up, so I can't hear you.
Hey, Scott. Thanks for watching, man.
Come on, Lovato, man. We just now got off work. Work at United Postal Service, brother. We ain't doing nothing but going home. Ain't nobody trying to cause any issues or nothing like that. I don't know you. I don't have any issue with you. I'm just letting you know that we didn't damage nobody. We did try to make sure that we did that safely. Although you say it's wrong, I agree with that. If that's what you're saying, I'm not gonna argue with that. But there are no signs there, and there's no corpus delicti. There's nobody injured. So you got to see that for yourself. You got to see that he passed. Nobody was in the way. There was no passengers or pedestrians walking or anything like that. So
I can't even hear you until you roll down the window.
Oh.
So you can say that all over again because I couldn't.
Okay. Well, I said that there was no corpus delicti, no damaged property or damage.
So yeah, I mean, obviously the officer could hear what he was saying. So because he was interacting with them the whole time, I mean, hopefully that was just a way to try and get him to just diffuse the situation a little bit, other than just trying to be difficult with the guy who is obviously being difficult with him. I'm trying to piece the whole thing together. It sounds like this guy was following somebody who had his flashers on and maybe was trying to transport a car without registration or something. I don't know. But and then they pull both of these people over, or this guy stops and sees what's happening, and then this officer's going to write him for his taillights out. And I'm sure this officer was wishing that he maybe didn't have pulled this guy over just for so corpus delicti. The one thing that we're hearing a lot here, he's shouting corpus delicti, corpus delicti. So that's like the actual crime itself. It's like Latin. It means it has something to do with like the body, whatever. I don't really like Latin. But I ran into that before, obviously, as doing criminal offense. It's actually the crime itself. And watching a lot of these sovereign citizen videos, they want to say that because there's no victim of a crime, there is no crime. So that no one was hurt, no one was injured, and that he brings up peace officer. So if there's no one injured or damaged or anything like that, then what's the crime? Well, the problem is that states, through the Constitution itself, the 10th Amendment, are allowed to enact laws. And part of these laws, which is basically in every state in the United States, that they can tell people that you have to get your vehicle registered, you have to get a driver's license to do these certain things, because we're looking out for safety. And just because someone wasn't injured because you're driving a vehicle without a tag on your license plate or license plate itself, doesn't mean that a crime wasn't committed, because they've created laws through legislation, through state legislatures. And that's what a crime can be. It doesn't have to be some sort of getting stabbed in the face by something or hit with a brick, or like, it doesn't have to be that. So for them to say that you need some sort of like injury, you don't need that. And so it's just trying to deflect and then try and throw out corpus delicti with the officer probably doesn't know. He may not know that. But it's very interesting that he's just yelling, number one, and then trying to distract this officer. And this officer is now, after about 3 minutes, said, I can't hear you. So you're gonna have to roll down the window. So I heard corpus delicti, and I wanted to interrupt because you may not be familiar with that term, but it's basically what it means. You can, look up Black Law Dictionary if you want the actual legal translation from Latin. All right, here you go.
Damaged persons out there on the road. You saw that with your own eyes. He hunked.
Why are you looking over there?
He hunked to ensure safety, because that's where I want to look. I don't have to look at you with your eyes, brother. I look where I want to look.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you whispering now.
Well, at the end of the day, Mr. Lovato, all I'm saying is we work today, trying to get home, not trying to have an issue. This man doesn't make a lot of money, so all you're going to do is just cause him more and more injury, and probably cause more injury to his life when he's trying to get his life better. That's all I'm saying. So
I don't know him. I don't know nothing about his life.
See, but at the end of the day,
What do you know about his life?
You are a peace officer, right?
So yeah, Scott says this, right? This is what they mean by a corpus delicti. I mean, that's one translation, I guess, of it. But what this person in the car filming the video is trying to say, that there is no crime because no one was hurt or injured, and that's not what corpus delicti means. So the actual evidence of you committing a crime is actually this guy behind a wheel. This officer's using his eyeballs to visually watch this guy apparently driving without a taillight, with a taillight out. So that would be the actual crime itself. So what these people are trying to do is trying to misrepresent what the actual law is to try and confuse these officers. Doesn't really work, because they're trained to know that, like, I've watched this guy drive. Number one, you can call yourself an operator or a driver. It doesn't really matter, just semantics. And then the guy didn't have a taillight out, at least from what I heard from the first part of this video.
Right?
What do you know about it?
Are you a peace officer or not? Or do you honor your oath? Do you honor your oath to the Constitution?
Oath.
Of course I do. I serve
Okay,
my
well,
country in
so then you know
wars.
that you're supposed to be a peace officer, and you're supposed to ensure peace before anything. First and foremost is peace before anything. So if you can guarantee that this situation is peaceful, then you're doing your job.
No, that's
What
not
does that
what it
have?
means.
What do you know about him?
Well,
I don't know nothing about
I don't
him.
know much about Gus, but I know that he's a hard worker. I work with him. We're co-workers. He gives me rides to work. I don't know. From what I know,
he
he
doesn't have insurance on his car.
Well, I'm not concerned with those type of things because I don't use that stuff neither.
Do you know that
so.
his car hasn't been registered since August?
Hey, he doesn't have to register his car. Where is it
Yes,
in the
he
law
does.
that he has to register his car? That's not in the law. That's not the Constitution.
Yeah, California.
Yeah, it's not in the Constitution.
In California,
The vehicle code
in the state of California, but that's not California Republic. You guys aren't even
Are you
operating
from
under.
a different country or something?
I'm from Morocco. This is Morocco. You do know that, right? I don't know.
Whoa, what? This is Morocco. You do know that, right? Like you said it very indignantly. Like I'm just supposed to know that this is Morocco. That's interesting. Who knew that? Fellow people that thought we lived in the United States of America. This is actually Morocco. I had no idea. My passport, it has United States on it, and it's it's crazy. Well, I'm intrigued. I will listen to this guy, and want to hear more, because you can't just make a statement like this is actually Morocco. You do know that, and then not have any kind of proof afterwards. So I'm interested. I hope you are too. Let's keep going.
I don't know if you know that, but I'm letting you know. No, that's the kingdom over there. This the empire here, brother.
Oh,
Yeah, right here, Morocco Empire.
No,
Morocco
Morocco's in
Empire.
West Africa. I've been to Morocco.
Well,
Qatar,
Morocco, that's the
Senegal.
kingdom. That's not the empire. Because you do know what an empire is. It consists of kingdoms.
So who's in charge of the empire?
Excuse me? Who's
would
in
be-
who's in charge of the empire?
Yeah.
Well, actually, my people are asleep. It doesn't matter.
what's that? So Officer has a great question, which is like it's interesting because he's engaging with like the Socratic method with this guy. So that's how you learn in law school is you the professor, instead of like telling you how like just going through a principle of law and then just telling you here's how it is and then laying it out bullet point by bullet point, what they'll often do is they will just ask you questions for 45 minutes and make no statements, but you, by asking, it's what Socrates would do with his students, and by the end of the discussion answering all these questions, then we've all come to some sort of understanding about what these principles are and things like that. So he's just asking him like, who's the leader of this? This is interesting. And this guy said, my people are asleep. Wow. All right. I don't even know what that means. I'm so excited to learn more. So, all right.
Doesn't matter who's in charge of the empire. You have me out here, active, being who I am, myself, as I have a
So
right
you're
to do.
representative of that empire?
Because
Are you a
under the rights
representative of that
of
empire?
indigenous people, all indigenous people have rights to nationality. Do you not understand that, or do you not know that? That's international law. That's what I operate
Are
under.
you indigenous?
International law. Oh yes, I'm very indigenous. I'm aboriginal to this land. This is my home. This is Morocco. Al Maghrib Al Aqsa. These are things I know. But all
Wow.
I'm saying is I don't want to have a debate with you about these type of things. All
Can't
I'm saying is
fully-
he's just trying
Don't
to
want
go
to have a
home.
debate.
You know, we just got off work, like right down the street.
He doesn't want to have a debate. He's asking him all these crazy questions like, do you know what we're in Morocco right now? Yeah, we're having a debate. So when the officer starts asking questions, then the guy's like, oh, it doesn't matter. Am I a representative? No. I don't want to debate you about this. Just stop asking questions.
You know, so if you can give us that, I would appreciate it. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm just asking. I'm
Give
just
you what?
allow the brother some breathing
brother?
room. My brother Gus.
Yeah.
Allow
He's
him
your
some
brother?
breathing
There you
room.
go, Scott.
Yeah, he's my brother.
Oh, I didn't know that. He's from Morocco
West
too?
Morocco.
Well, were you born here?
Yeah, I was born in California.
Okay, well, you born in Morocco. You from Morocco?
No, I'm not Morocco.
Well, this is not the United States, if that's what you're going to say. This is not the United. No, this is North America continent, not the United States, brother. It's two different things.
That would be-
Oh no, you can use semantics and try to confuse people with that, but
I'm
you're
not
not going to confuse me
confusing
because I know
anyone.
where I am.
North
I'm in
America
Morocco.
would be Mexico,
No, no.
I don't think that you do. And you want to start talk about semantics. I don't think you want to go down that slippery slope because you're going to trip and fall right on your face if you start talking about semantics and talking semantics with people. That's your whole argument. Your whole argument of sovereign citizens, Moors, whatever it is, it's semantics. That's all it is. If it's not semantics, then it's some alternate reality that is happening that we don't know about, that is just existing without us. We're just asleep. Speaking of asleep, I guess we're all asleep, that we just figured out that we learned we were living in Morocco. Holy shit. This is wild. All right. I'm sorry to keep, but just, it's nuts. It's nuts. And it's so funny to me.
No. Have you heard of
That's
the Organization of American States? Do you know
Yes,
what America?
OAS.
So what is America then?
The Organization of
So what is
American
America
States
then?
is
North America, South America, Central America, and all the adjoining islands. Correct. So that's
not
the organization of
necessarily,
American
because not
States. And
everybody's
you know
a
why
part
they
of
have that
OAS.
stuff organized?
So that would
For us people that's indigenous to these lands, all these lands,
OAS
for
would
us to
have an
claim our
ambassador in
indigenous
charge.
rights, for us to claim our rights.
OAS would have an ambassador in charge.
I don't care what they have in charge, but what I'm letting you know is that we're playing the semantics
I don't
of
get
this
it
is
then.
the United States and not North America.
I don't understand
This
what
is not the
OAS
United
has to
States.
do
This
with
is
this,
North
though.
America.
Right.
The
OAS
United
is an
States is operating
organization
on my
that
land.
supports North
Because you know how
Central
your ancestors got here, right? Through the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, right?
Okay.
Well, my
Not familiar with that. I'll
ancestors
have to read
honored
that
yours,
now.
so I'm just asking you to honor mine. I'm not trying to have
What does my ancestors have to do with that?
well,
That is
because
true.
I'm just trying to let you know that I'm in honor with
No. I
what
asked
I
you
know.
what my ancestors
I'm in
have to
honor
do. You
with
said
what
you're
I
gonna let
know.
me
and your ancestors
What ancestors?
came here as. Where are you from? What's your
What
nationality?
does
Let
that
me
have to do
ask
with
you that.
anything?
I'm an American citizen.
You're not American.
I'm
Do
a
I
United
have to show
States
you?
citizen.
Do I have to show you the
That's my
American? Yeah,
nationality.
okay, yeah.
I carry a U.S. passport.
Well, United States is not a nationality.
It
but,
sure is.
But you could be a citizen of the United States under. You
I
know,
am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm recognized as a citizen of the United States with a U.S. passport.
There you go.
An
if you-
official passport.
If
and a
you
former
honoring that
diplomatic
Constitution,
passport.
because other than that, when you don't honor the Constitution, then you're treasonous. When you're not under the Constitution.
No, I'm not
That's-
sure.
Well, let's talk about the Constitution. Have you read the 10th Amendment, number 10, the big one? It says it leaves certain rights to the states that we've not outlined here, that they can make laws and have a government that, as long as it doesn't interfere with what we're doing on the state, at the federal level, you can do what you want, and as long as it doesn't conflict with these other, with this Constitution that we've enacted, you can do what you want. And guess what? They did that. They've done all of that. Michigan, California, they have all these laws, and so semantics of this is not where they want to go. But they don't really have anywhere to go because they've painted themselves into a corner because it doesn't make any goddamn sense. So, all right.
That's how I go. No, I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying when you don't operate under the
definitely not. I know
Constitution,
you're not saying that.
when people don't operate under the Constitution, that's what they operate. I'm operating under law. You know what I'm saying?
So the empire has a constitution.
Excuse me?
The empire
have
has
you heard
a
of the
constitution.
Iraqi Confederacy? Have you ever heard of that? Because
what?
that's where you got your Constitution from.
No, I'm asking you.
No,
does your
I'm-
empire have a constitution? Because you said if you don't operate under
I just told you.
Constitution,
The Iraqis Confederate.
the Iraqis.
The Iraqis, however you want to pronounce it. But you know what I'm talking about? So you're a very knowledgeable man.
Well, I've been in 50 different countries around the world. I speak 6 different languages currently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm indigenous to North, South, Central America and all the adjoining islands.
North-
That's
I don't
told by
know
my
nothing about all
prophet,
that.
you know?
Never been there.
Well, hey, you have been in North, South, Central America. You've been to all, you said you've been over.
You said there's no such thing as North America.
No, I
You
didn't say. I
it
said
was-
this is North America, not the United States.
This
This
is
is
part
the,
of North
the
America.
continent. North
Yeah,
America, yeah,
sure
because
is.
you have Canada
It sure
as well.
is.
Right.
You're right. We can agree on that.
Right. So, you know, all I'm saying.
We can agree on that. Holy shit, man. This is just so wild. How are you supposed to have a conversation with somebody like this? It's just like, we're going to move the goalposts. It's like it goes from, are you a representative of this particular government, to like, what does that matter, to, do you know that you're living in Morocco? Like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, it's part of a kingdom and an empire. And like, well, it's just, wow, it's nuts.
What I'm saying is, I know what he did, but he didn't injure anybody. You are a peace officer.
What did he do?
He
Look
went
out.
on the road. He went around cars on the road. I don't know. But
There it
you know,
is right there.
He said that. He said,
All of that for that.
What?
And you admitted it.
What? That
Wow.
That he went around some cars?
Ain't that crazy?
What's wrong with that? There's no sign saying that he can't. That's what I'm telling you. There's no
Finally
sign
admitted
saying he
it.
can't.
Well, I got you on camera too. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
Got it.
He played his own games with him. That was great. Just like, what did he do? Oh, well, I mean, he was on the road and he was driving around. Whoa, what? That, and there's no sign on the road that he can't. If that was the law, that we had to have if we had to have a sign on every road that says what you can and can't do, we couldn't even do anything. We could bump into the signs when we're walking. We would run into them when we're driving. We wouldn't be able to do a goddamn thing. If that was what we had to do, we had to list every law, every traffic law that we had to abide by while we're on the road. Which, by the way, I don't agree with all these traffic laws. I think it's nuts. It's crazy. There's a book this thick. All you got to do is commit one of them and they can pull you over. I don't necessarily think that that's great. I'll admit that. But the response to it isn't to invent some other country that we're now living in. Apparently, as Scott said, West Morocco, to be able to get around all these laws. That's not what you do. It's not like you're like, oh, I don't like the game, so I'm just going to completely invent a whole new set of rules and play by a completely different set of rules. That's not what happens. You just can't do that because you lose intellectual respect and credibility when you're saying that we live in Morocco. It just doesn't make any sense, man.
Finally got it.
He didn't do shit. He admit to nothing. I didn't admit to nothing because I clearly said it. Running around cars, there's no sign saying that he can't do that. So that's why I know the law. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna take over this case for him. Because at the end of the day, bro, you're not gonna be able to get this dude. I mean, you can give him a 10, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, don't take over this case for him, fam, because that's unauthorized practice of law. So you don't want to do that. We've done enough videos about Rick Martin getting arrested in Michigan for trying to do that. Not a good idea, not a good look. Don't do that.
But these are the things he can challenge in court for the simple fact that there's no sign saying I can't do that. There's no sign saying he can't do that. There's nothing telling him that he can't do that. Only just some guy that has some authority that saw him passing by peacefully, no injuries, no damaged property. Oh, because I'm the so-called police, I can bloop. Hey, you're doing wrong. No, he's not doing wrong. He went around some cars safely. You know what I'm saying? Period. Now you can say what you want to say about that or feel how you want to feel, but the fact of the matter is, he didn't do nothing wrong. Lawfully and without the law. Because there's nothing saying that he can't do it. He falls under that. He has a license and all that, so he falls under that. But what I'm trying to tell him, he knows all this. He knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Right.
He also doesn't have, his friend doesn't have insurance on the car. I'm sorry, you can't do that. I mean, if you don't like the law, well then talk to somebody about it. And then we're having a whole other conversation about like who's affecting what laws can get passed, how much money goes into politics, insurance lobbyists, how they can control certain things, all kinds of things. I agree with some of what we're saying, but it's about this much. And the way in which things are passed into law and things like that, if you don't agree with it, then participate in the political process and try and make some change. And we're going to have a much deeper conversation about like I said, about money and politics and all these kinds of things, but you just can't invent a whole other scenario because you're just going to lose all credibility with anybody. And then this officer, he's just like taking a deep breath. I heard him on camera, just like, whoa, after he was done. So we only got like a minute left, but
so that's what I'm telling you, bro. Don't even play him like that. Don't try to fucking give him a ticket with a whole bunch of shit on it, or don't give him a ticket at all. Like, goddamn, like, we're coming from work. You act like it's some type of criminal activity going on, or you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's like, who cares? Like, herbs ain't shit. Like, goddamn, you worry about motherfuckers that's gonna do some fucking meth or something, go crack somebody's head open or go do a lick or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody like that shit ain't enhancing you to do shit. That shit don't enhance you. You know what I'm saying? It might enhance your thoughts, but it don't enhance you. So yeah, man, that's some bullshit. That's why I'm telling him at the end of the day, man, there's no sign saying that he can't do that. So they need to get that addressed.
Now it's dark out.
Get that addressed immediately.
By the time this video started when it's light out.
Because he got action with that. And then
stop talking. Jesus, man. Wow. Guy just likes to talk. Anyway, I tried to talk. I like to talk sometimes to try not to interrupt the brilliance of this guy, but sometimes it's just like, Jesus, I just got to say something. Well, that was episode 87, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for playing along and commenting, and make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications of when I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do one of these every day. That's the plan so far. 87 days in, I've got 365 videos total to do. So I don't know what that is. 365 minus 87. You do the math. I'm not a mathematician. I'm just a lawyer and a comedian. So, all right. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I appreciate you watching, and